Hey, what's happening, all my Dragonlings? I am your Dragon God of Gaming, Damian Dragon, and welcome back to the Gaming News, where I run down a list of all the gaming news, facts, rumors, trivias, and everything coming out of the gaming industry this week. Today, we have something on Super Mario 64, or a lack thereof. We have something on Activision and Blizzard's gaming culture crisis. We have something on Battlefield 1, which you'll figure out what's going on with that. And we have a new Switch game that has been accidentally leaked. So, we have a full episode today, so let's get right into the news. Okay, first off, we have Super Mario 64. Now, for those of you that don't know, or, been living under a rock for forever, Super Mario 64 is one of the biggest games of all time. You cannot go anywhere and speak about Mario without mentioning once Mario 64. So, this is coming out of TheVerge.com, and this is written by Jay Peters, and he writes, Super Mario 64 probably won't be the last $1 million video game. It seems like only a matter of time before another game eclipses the mark. And it goes like this. Earlier this month, a sealed copy of Super Mario 64 sold for $1,560,000 at auction, a staggering price that nearly doubled a record set just 2 days before by a similarly pristine copy of The Legend of Zelda. The auctions could mark the auctions could just mark the beginning of even more eye-poppingly large video game sales. It seems very likely that Mario's first 3D adventure won't be the last game to command a $1 million sum. I'm guess if I may, okay, I was trying to think. If I can say, the next game that probably will probably be like 007 GoldenEye, if anything. I think we'll see a more $1 million games probably sooner rather than later. Chris Kohler, editorial director at Digital Eclipse, a developer that works on re-releases of classic video games, tells The Verge. Yeah, no shit. Collecting and selling stuff, both physical and virtual, for expensive prices has become a popular trend. Pokemon cards are massive populars. Some NFTs, which is ridiculous, and a form of digital collectible have sold sold for millions of dollars, and people have been pouring huge amounts of money into assets like cryptocurrencies and GameStop stocks. Video games continue to be hugely popular. More than half of America tuned into video games during the pandemic, and retro games have already had a recent history of becoming collectible collector's items. Just over a year ago, a sealed copy of Super Mario Bros. Claimed the record of being the most expensive game ever sold by selling for $114,000. I figured that was huge at the time, but it's less than a tenth of what Mario 64 just auctioned off for. Sorry. Kohler expects that the next game to break the $1 million threshold could be very early printing of The Legend of Zelda, like what sold this month, or another Super Mario Bros. Danielle Smith said, owner of Nerdy Girl Comics, agrees. I think that the market has kind of spoken for itself, and that Mario is king and Zelda is queen of video games, she said. Smith also said that Sonic the Hedgehog for Sega Genesis could potentially be a valuable title. That's not only because of this cultural cash right now. Sonic the Hedgehog sealed is really hard to come by. It's not just Sonic. People who are coming into collecting top-notch games may find that supply is much lower than it is in other collectible markets. I think that we are going to continue to see record-breaking sales, said Denez Khan, president and founder of Wata Games, the company that evaluated both The Legend of Zelda and Super Mario 64 quality before they were listed for auction. At the end of the day, there's just simply not enough supply of these high-end, high-grade, sealed vintage video games to satiate demand. If you guys want to go check out the original, you know, the original thing, I will leave a, I'll leave a link in the description to go read the rest of this, because it is actually very, you know, telling. But if you guys want my opinion, personally, I feel that the games just justify the means. Older copies of games, sort of like Castlevania and Mario 64, Sonic the Hedgehog, absolutely deserve to be sold for that much. Super Mario 64 is one of those things that, you know, have their online presence in in the field of, you know, just being the games to play. And Super Mario 64 is one of those games that are gonna be timeless, whether you like it or you don't. Like, to be honest, I've never played Super Mario 64 to completion, ever. But do I actually, like, you know, believe that the game was absolutely amazing? Heck yeah, it is. So, is it gonna be the last game ever to break $1 million? Absolutely not. Do I think that it's going to be like one of the biggest ones for a while to come? Absolutely. Okay. Switching over from a game company that is doing absolutely wonders to a game company that is absolutely not. Alright, hold on. Give me just one moment. Alright, sorry about that. I had to grab something up. But Activision and Blizzard. If you guys don't know anything about Activision Blizzard right now, they are literally kicking the crap out of their credibility and anything they do. But this next article is coming from the Bloomberg.com, and this is written by Jason Schreier, and he writes, Blizzard's culture crisis runs deep. And he writes, welcome to Game On. I'm your host, Jason Schreier, Bloomberg Technologies gaming reporter with Assets. Okay, alright. This week we have news from EA's big summer conference, and I'll tell you all about the game you should play this weekend, about Crow, blah 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 blah. Sorry. Let's do this. Blizzard is one of the biggest names in video games, with strings of hits that made it the envy of the industry. That success has been the result of a unique company culture at the California-based company game developer behind Diablo, Warcraft, and StarCraft that prioritize great games above all else. But as we learned this week, the culture had a dark side. On Tuesday, the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing filed a lawsuit against Blizzard's parent company, Activision. Oh. Yeah, that's not a good thing. Alleging discrimination against women through intense sexual harassment, unfair pay, and retaliation. A spokesperson for Activision Blizzard described many of the claims as distorted or false. Oh. This game company is slimy. Oh. Many of the allegations centered on Blizzard, which led several women who worked there to speak out on social media about their own awful experiences at the company. What was particularly painful for many of them, some said, was that they saw Blizzard as a dream job. They'd grown up admiring masterpieces like Diablo 2 and StarCraft and hoped to join a company that seemed idyllic. Wanted to experience what they described as sexism and abuse when they arrived. Only a fraction of the employees at Blizzard were women, according to the complaint, which made it feel at times like a frat house. Veteran employees use languages like bleed Blizzard blue to describe their love for the company. The result was a stream of acclaimed and influential titles, but no game would be worth the sort of treatment described in the lawsuit. Activision has spent the past few years pushing for changes to Blizzard, though it appeared to be focused on less rotten aspects of the culture. Activision's growing influence has instead impacted the parts of Blizzard that were universally beloved. I wrote Thursday about how Activision's push for Blizzard to cut costs and focus on big hits helped lead the company's first ever flop last year, Warcraft 3 Reforged, a remake of an earlier classic, The game was smaller and less lucrative than Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2, expected to be smash hits, so it became less of a priority at Blizzard. The result was a well-documented disaster. The game isn't the only thing Activision has been meddling with at Blizzard. With the France, last year Blizzard informed employees that it was shutting down its Versailles office, which was largely responsible for localization, marketing, and customer service in Europe. This kicked off a lengthy negotiation period with the union that ended last week. As part of this process, the company sent out a letter to affected employees justifying why it had to fire them all. The document, which was reviewed by Bloomberg, is full of criticisms of Blizzard's finances and interesting numbers that reflect Activision's future plans. Ugh. Wow. Just wow. First off, never do that. Especially in my presence. You'll get a swift punch to the face. Believe me. Ugh. The game's company, has been widely beloved for a very long time, but it's just, it's so scummy. Like, if so many people are, coming out and telling their stories about you, then there is something there that you're not explaining or you're not telling, and it's just not a good look for the company. And people boycott places for much worse than what Activision and Blizzard's places has done. And that's not a good thing. And if you're thinking that this is a good idea, then, just give up now, because this is just ridiculous. So I do not condone anything that has been done here. Sexism, sexual harassment, abuse is never good anywhere, and I hope that something like this is just never the norm at places like this. I would like to believe that some game companies are really pure, but some, like Activision, just are not. Anyway, I'm at a loss for words. Anyway, I shouldn't be molding on this. If you are ever in this parameter, please speak up. Sexual harassment is never okay, and if you're being sexually harassed, stand up and make your voice be heard. So that's all I have to say for that one. Fucking scuzzballs. Anyway, on to the next here. We got BattleField. BattleField is just one of those games where, it's obviously it's a game that is just like the follow-up to Call of Duty. But we all know stuff like that. But this is coming off of PCGamer.com. This is written by Andy Chalk. And he says, play EA's first World War epic in all expansions without paying a penny. And I want you guys to do this the same. And if you haven't yet, go do it today, because this is the last day. EA's faux first world shooter Battlefield 1 is free for Amazon Prime subscribers for keeps until August 4th. If you're not a Prime subscriber but still want to play Battlefield without paying for it, you're not going to believe this, but I've got some good news for you too. And yes, if you guys don't know, then I actually already got my hands on this too. Until July 25th, which is today, go get it now. Battlefield 1 Revolution, which includes the base game plus 4 expansion packs originally included with the Premium Pass and the Red Baron, Lawrence of Arabia, and Hellfighter content packs, is free to play for the weekend on Steam. This gets you full access to the single-player campaign and multiplayer battles up to 64 players. If you dig it and want to make the game yours forever, any progress you make during the free weekend will carry over. It's also a good time to spring for it. Battlefield 1 Revolution is on sale on Steam for $5. For $5, again, $4 EU, and no, $4 to $5 EU. I have no idea what these are until August 4th. On the other hand, if you're really just here for the free stuff, that's cool too. Be sure to check out the running list of all free games you can grab right now, which I normally do like and I do normally use. So I suggest you guys go check that out if you guys have not yet. But the game is free on Steam right now, and I've actually got my hands on it, and I've actually played a couple games. So you guys should go check it out yourselves, and I think you guys should play a lot. So if you guys like Battlefield and you guys want to play the first one without paying for it, go check out on Steam right now. It's free. Go check out Battlefield 1 Revolution. So yeah. Sorry. Alright. Next up, and our final thing for the day, the Switch. The Switch has been an undominable console and has actually released a new set of games. Well, a new console. I believe the Switch Pro. So it's really cool to hear that there are new games leaking as well. As such, from comicbook.com, this is written by Logan Moore, and they say new AAA Nintendo Switch game accidentally leaked by a website, which is not a good look. Anyway, a new AAA game for Nintendo Switch seems to have accidentally leaked ahead of its formal reveal. While this game in question isn't something wholly new or unreleased, its potential arrival on Switch would be the first time it has come to the platform, and would help finish up the larger trilogy to which it belongs. Spotted on Russian retail site videolgr.net, a recent listing was discovered for Darksiders 3, which is the third mainline installment in the long-running action-adventure series. First released back in 2018, this title is one that has already come to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, but an arrival on Switch is something that publisher THQ Nordic has yet to announce. Not long after this Darksiders 3 listing was discovered on the website, it was eventually taken down before that time. However, some fans on Reddit happened to capture a screen grab of the listing along with the supposed launch date of September 30th, 2021. Okay, as mentioned, if Darksiders 3 were to come to Nintendo Switch, its launch wouldn't be all that shocking. In the past, THQ Nordic has gone out of its way to bring both Darksiders and Darksiders 2 to Switch in the past. Additionally, the spin-off installment Darksiders Genesis is also currently able to be played on Switch. Essentially, Darksiders 3 is the only game within the franchise that isn't on the Switch at this point in time. As such, it only makes sense for THQ Nordic to look to rectify its absence. Assuming that the listing for Darksiders 3 is indeed accurate, it would stand to reason that we might hear something official about its launch in the very near future. With September coming up so quickly, if this game is going to come to Switch, THQ Nordic will surely have something to say in the coming weeks. Until then, however, you should take this listing with the usual grain of salt. After all, this whole scenario could have been accidental on the part of the retailer in question. To be honest, this is something that needs to be understated. These kind of things are not normal. accidental leaks for games to coming to other consoles that are not on the console just yet is normally, or should normally be taken with a grain of salt. Nothing should ever be concrete in your mind about those. So, if anything would be suggested, I would suggest that you guys go ahead and, think that maybe it would be, worth it to watch and check it out, because the games of Darksiders has been universally acclaimed to be really good, and I feel like the game doesn't get as big of a credibility as, games like Bloodborne or Dark Souls do. So, if you guys have not checked out anything related to Darksiders, go check it out. I promise you, it'll be worth the time and worth the effort just to go check it out. So, anyway, that is it for right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate you guys joining us. The games have been awesome, and hope everyone's just been having a lot of fun with what's been going on. With me playing Resident Evil Village on the channel, and quickly approaching a new game very soon, which I've already picked, and you guys will see what's coming. I would say that it's a good time to have subscribed to the channel if you guys have not yet. Because if you guys haven't, and you really want to see what all the boys are doing, then I suggest hitting the channel. And if you guys want to hear some more stuff from me on the gaming news, come and check me out every Sunday when I play the gaming news on this channel, and every Wednesday when I play Resident Evil Village or Damian-Dragon Plays. So you're going to want to be here for all that action. But also, down in the description down below is all of our lovely and beautiful creators. They're a lovely bunch of coconuts, so you're going to want to go check them all out and have a lovely day with them. Because I promise you, any of their channels is worth watching. And if it's in the description down here, you know it's good. And if I'm telling you they're good, they're good. So go check them out. And also down in the description is also my channel, where I've been playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Scooby-Doo 9100 Frights for my retro month. I'm playing Pokemon X on Wednesdays. Fridays I'm going to be playing a new game, but I've been recently playing Animal Crossing New Leaf. On Sundays I'm playing Subnautica and Yoshi's Story. And for my premieres, which are going to be ending soon when I go to Twitch, I've been playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. So come and check all that out on my channel. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you guys have a lovely day. But it's time for us to end off. Good gaming, happy hunting, and I'll see all you Dragonlings back inside the world of the gaming news. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time for some more Damian-Dragon action. Peace.